In the Shadow of Death by Shakir Siddiqui. On 24th July 2011, 15 people were killed and more than 60 people were seriously injured in different parts of Karachi. Major hospitals announced an emergency and government officials took notice of this current bloody wave of ethnic violence. Rangers followed the orders of government to shoot at sight. Yet, yet unknown gunmen wandered freely everywhere without anyone stopping them. The police and rangers failed to provide the shelter of peace to the people of Karachi. At my house in Sakar, there was a sudden rattling at my door. I opened it and saw my uncle Hafiz, who had just returned from Karachi. I took his bags and greeted him. After dinner, he gave me first hand information regarding the violence in Karachi. That night, my uncle had a serious heart attack. I rushed him to the civil hospital emergency room, but after a long struggle, the doctors advised us to move him to a private hospital in Karachi. Because the panel of doctors who examined the report of the CT scan could see a brain hemorrhage. There was only a minor chance of survival for such patients. It was a disturbing night. I did not sleep even a wink. Uncle Siraj, who was Uncle Hafiz's elder brother, got in touch with our friends, Mr. Inam and his wife in Karachi, to help us make arrangements in the Aga Khan hospital. Uncle Siraj, Uncle Zia, and I left for Karachi by road in an ambulance. My family members and other relatives cautioned us about the bloody riots in Karachi. They all were praying for our safe journey to Karachi. We started our journey tormented by the situation in Karachi. We knew there was panic and fighting in the streets. Throughout the journey, Uncle Hafiz's critical condition created fear in our minds. Either we would succeed in getting him to Karachi in time, or during the course of our journey, Uncle Hafiz would take the last breath of his life. Those moments are unforgettable for me, and throughout the journey that night, I recalled my childhood days with my uncle. He always accompanied us on picnics, and he was so much fun to be with. All my past experiences were filled with good memories of him. Uncle Siraj comforted me that inshallah he would recover and return on his own feet from Karachi. The three of us prayed for him throughout that journey to Karachi. Our driver was from Quetta and said that within half an hour we would reach Aga Khan Hospital. Meanwhile, the messages of unrest and panic were continuously being received on our mobiles regarding the tension in Karachi. These messages portrayed the horrible news about the situation in Karachi. Finally, after a long journey, our ambulance, blaring its emergency siren, reached the gate of Aga Khan Hospital. Every corner of the city was burning. Our driver had skillfully chosen the safest routes and dropped us inside the front gate. The emergency staff rushed Uncle Hafiz into the ward. All the doctors there did a great job for his treatment. The staff advised us to wait in the waiting room, where on TV we were surprised to see the news that 30 people had been killed and many others had been seriously injured within a few hours. I saw the sea of doctors and staff working day and night for the treatment of human beings. I wondered around the hospital, seeing that everyone wanted to serve the patients without thinking about different nations and races. I thought to myself that these people belonging to different castes and tribes were all first and foremost doctors who worked with their hearts and souls without thinking of differences. But who were those people outside of this hospital who are seriously injuring others without compassion, without any feeling of pain? I saw a lot of injured young people who lingered between life and death, and their old parents screaming and crying to see their loved ones in such a critical condition. My heart was really lamenting for these innocent people. 1 week later, God showed his miracle and Uncle Hafiz opened his eyes. Dr. Khan said that his health was now stable. We decided to rent an ambulance to take him back to Succor. At last, the dark night was over, and the new sun of hope arose for us as we prepared to return. We were in the ambulance, all of us, when all of a sudden we heard the sound of heavy firing and our ambulance lost its balance. Bullets were hitting the ambulance. We all started crying and shouting because we all were badly injured, and then we were back at Aga Khan Hospital and in the emergency room. After a few days, I awoke from a deep sleep and I found myself on the same hospital bed where Uncle Hafiz had once been. I shouted. I cried. Where was I? Where were my uncles? My friends and my parents seized my hands. It was a great tragedy, said Dr. Khan, that we cured Hafiz after great efforts but lost him to bullets, and that along with Hafiz, all these innocent people had also lost their lives. Dr. Khan embraced me and said that it was the will of God that everyone had been killed except me. I felt grave pain and lost consciousness and fell back on the bed.